Hi, welcome to Back 40 Bushcraft. I've been trying to seek out a spot to build a bush camp for about a month now. I found a location a few weeks ago, close water source nearby, and I'm just about to, unfortunately I went up there with my 6-year-old son last weekend and I couldn't find it. So we've got quite a day here in the West Kootenay region of British Columbia. As you can see, we're getting fogged in. It's just been pouring rain out here for days now, so it's a pretty wet source. I'm curious to see what this location that I had set up was. It was had a little water source right nearby, which I'm pretty excited about. Check out my other videos. I have been working on an old metal jerry can that I've converted into a wood stove, and I've just recently received my 9x12 canvas wall tent, and so my goal is to get up there, find the location, and hopefully I can get some of my preliminary work done, because as you know about British Columbia, it's rather mountainous. And that poses a problem when you want to try and put a 12-foot tent on a mountain slope. Here's my water source. As much as I regret having to go straight up a draw like this, that's going to be the best way to do it, because I have to locate that spot. One of the things I have to be leery about up here as well this time of year is the bears have been coming down. They are being seen all around kind of a bit of lower elevations. So carrying around my trusty Fox 40 and giving it a little whistle. Yeah, I don't really want to come across one of those. I of course have some pepper spray. Carrying my trusty old Tramontina Brazilian steel with some hopes that that'll do it. But just to appreciate where I'm at here, I've got some pretty serious uphill to go here, so I'll keep at it. You know, you're in the West Kootenay region of British Columbia when you're tripping through all this deadfall up a steep slope, only to come across a mountain bike trail. They are just strewn about the mountainsides in and around Nelson, British Columbia. So I'm gonna follow the trail for a little bit. It's heading down that way, and make sure that when it comes time to my secret bush camp, I'll be well removed from that. In a forest that's predominantly landscaped by fir and cedar and larch, it is definitely a bit of a rarity to come across a big beast of a poplar like this. Look at the size of that sucker. It's like that old Sesame Street tune. One of these kids is doing his own thing. Well, this is just blowing me away. I mean, I had found such a sweet little spot, and for some reason I cannot track it down. Now I've come across this kind of going up and over a couple of draws on a few shoulders, looking around. I honestly, there was this just perfect log going right across, a little off the ground, and I was like, oh, that's a nice spot. So I am not dismayed. I will not give up. I'm going to make this happen. Whenever you come across a gold mine like this, you're not gonna let any of that go. I'm gonna chip some of that down on the ground. Now, of course, I've got some old man's beard in my pocket here. I already cut a couple little chunks right there, so I'll just wrap that up into my old man's beard so that it doesn't just turn into a piece of bubble gum in my pocket. Get that all wrapped up, and when it comes time for my cup of coffee and itchy band, I'll have some nice little starter. Okay, I found my way up the hill. I ended up just going on the mountain bike path. I knew where it was going to go to. I just wanted to see how long it would take there. You know, you start applying the benefits of essentially traveling around the old logging roads and coming in from the top end. Not something I really want to do because I want the proximity to the lower road to be there for me as opposed to this. But I did follow this mountain bike trail. As you can see, I'm on my way back down. You know, it's too steep to really see the older forest. I guess you can see some kind of trees in the background there. It was only about a 15-minute walk to essentially to where I was doing my coffee and hot chocolate video with my son from last weekend. So now I kind of know what that option is. If I'm able to find something, I can always have this as a different access point. Well, look at that, you know, it's like having a front driveway and one in the back alley, you know, no different than living in urban Toronto, or some such thing. As you can see, I'm making my way back to the forest. Well, I kind of have my doubts about having much luck getting a fire going. Maybe I should have packed the gas stove on a day like today, but still going to be worth a try, I suppose. Of course, I'm still in the BC mountains here, so I've got about a 40-degree slope I'm working on. This doesn't make things very easy. Here. I won't be doing any kind of fancy fires. I suppose I'll try the sparkler. But got my little kindling stove. Hopefully I'll be able to get enough to start with my old man's beard, and I managed to find some Managed to get some birch bark up along the way there a little bit. Cup out of there. Something I thought to bring with me today to keep the heat off the ground a little bit. Something like that. Okay, let me see if I can get a fire going. So I tried my first attempt at char cloth this morning. My first can that I tried totally just warped and the whole thing caught on fire. So I tried this, you know, apparently denim jeans are the way to go. And to me it looks like I just might have a winner here. So I've got my old man's beard and the pine resin that I found on that tree up the hill there a little earlier. The wood is just really wet here right now, and you know, maybe I'm gonna get this part started, but I don't know about after that. So I've got a few little pieces broken up in there, so let's just see if it'll take a spark and see whether I can actually have some coffee and itchy band here up in the mountains today. I could definitely use a little warm cup of coffee and doesn't look like it wants to take here. My old man's beard's not really interested either. Thought that was fairly dried up. Apparently not. So I have some from summer here yet. And get that. Char cloth looks really nice, I see. This time I'll try and put the old man's beard down right once I get it going. Come on, you little wet sticks. Fire up. so wet. Feels like I could wring it out before I even stick it in there. But maybe it's gonna catch here. I have a pocket bellows on order, which I'm really excited about. You know, I'm 47, man. I need to, as much as I'd like to get down like Smooth Geffets and Joe Robin it, if I could sit here with a little long tube and just blow on it to make that sucker go a little harder, I'll take you up on the offer. It's in the mail anyways. Be quite excited to show that one off when it finally comes in. Looks like I'm gonna get this going. I see my battery indicators just totally blinking away over there, and I still had a few things I wanted to record, so I'm gonna shut her down for a minute. So, now I remember just what these little... Hi, welcome back to Back 40 Bushcraft. First off, let me apologize for the last video I put up. In true rookie fashion, my batteries went dead. I was in the middle of making a fire, making some coffee, an itchy band. By the way, I did get that fire going. What I failed to mention was, you know, I can sit there with that little tinder fire stove of mine and go with tinder and this and that, but you know what really works on a wet day? Is you pull out your saw, you cut your pieces about this long, cut them up into little sticks, and that's going to work way better than trying to make wet cedar burn. So that was kind of my learning thing. Maybe I'll do another exclusive video on that one at some point, but I just wanted to give you an update out as to where I'm at with all that. I actually found the old spot, and for some reason I just envisioned it being different, and the time that I was up there prior was about a month difference, and in that time all the broadleaf forest, all the broadleaf trees have since lost their leaves, and I could just see through a sliver of trees. I could see the road. I do not want to see the road under any circumstances, because if I can see the road, then potentially someone could see me. This is a bush camp on Crown land. I don't think I'm allowed to do it. I'm gonna leave my name and phone number and everything up in the camp, and if anybody ever does have an issue with it, they're welcome to give me a call. Hopefully they'll do that rather than just trash the place. So needless to say, I've been working on this gas can wood stove, and my wall tent has since arrived, and I'm pretty excited about that. And I just have it set up in my yard. I don't quite have my wood stove exactly where I want it to be. But I gotta show it to you. I'm pretty excited about this. And here we have a 1960s, a rainier. You know, if any of you know exactly what the PS Summer Cottage, maybe that's, well, you know what, now that I think about it, that's probably just the model. For some reason I was thinking maybe that was going to be my, some camp in Washington, which is, I bought this off of eBay. So here it is. It's a 12 by 9. It comes with all the metal poles and everything inside, but I'm already feeling like what I am most likely to do with this is eventually build an internal frame. Now this I'm hoping is just going to be kind of a base camp for myself. Let's check it out inside. Let's see if it'll adapt to the light here. There's, of course, such a tchotchke way of getting a wood stove in. But you know what? There was no holding me back. I got the tent set up. I'm like, I am getting my wood stove in here. Look, I don't even have a latch for this thing yet. I've just been using haywire to make it all happen. But the kids are totally excited. My spouse is totally excited. I initially started with 2-inch threaded steel pipe, and then of course I had an aha moment. Hey, why don't I just use standard exhaust? So my goal is to have the wood stove essentially down in this corner right here, and the pipe will come out. Chances are it's going to be resting. I'm choosing to go out of the side of the tent, and that way, if for whatever reason, if I don't actually, if I decide to move it and I don't have the wood stove in there with me, then, you know, it'll be okay. It's not just going to have a big gaping hole in the roof, and it won't rain on me and my family. So I'm super stoked. We got snow here over the weekend, so I'm a bit pressing. I never actually got up there today because I realized my spouse went to give our daughter a ride over to a friend's on kind of one of the less trodden routes around here, and she still has her summer tires on. She's like, that's not gonna do. So I've been winterizing the car today, so I'm a bit sad I didn't get to go up into the mountains, but rest assured I will again.